Last minute entry, there's a show I really like called Tanya, the Saga of Evil, being a literal male reincarnated in a female's body. Undeniably a trans character, without being a trap or even a reverse trap. This is the literal definition of a man being trapped inside a female's body. And yet I never see anyone say that this is a trans character. Who knows, maybe people don't want to consider her a trans because the dreaded capitalism that the show critiques.
Wow, I knew humanity was smooth brain and slow as hell, but damn, this might be the take. Honestly, now I'm gonna be very honest with you. Do I know everything about the subject? No. But do I know enough about the subject to know what is right and what is wrong with it? Absolutely. Obviously, when it comes down to things. The video that was referred to you in the beginning of this whole entire thing was essentially the whole point of traps being trans and all this type of stuff, right? Trap characters and how that kind of is in anime and stuff. Reverse traps as well. Trap characters can be trans, but a good majority of the time when people point this shit out, they are not. Like, let's be perfectly honest. Unless they specifically say that they are, and the show that they come from, and all this type of stuff, they are not. That just kind of is what it is, you know? And people keep going actively trying to force characters to be trans. That's not how that works either. Like, for example, Chihiro from Danganronpa is a male. He is not trans, he will never be that way. He has been a boy, he's going to stay that way. And if you don't like it, suck his male non-transitioning dick. Nagisa from Assassination Classroom, same damn way. He is also a male, but wears female clothing. He might look like a female, he might sound like one, might have the sexy appeal as one, but it's not necessarily a female. It's because his mom, he forced him into some nonsense until he finally broke out of it with Koro Sensei's help. He is not a female, he has not transitioned into a female, or transitioned into a male. He is a male, born and raised like that. Well, not really raised because his mom was ass, but definitely was born like that. It is what it is, shut your ass up. I love his transy. This mother effer fooled the hell out of me. I hate to say it. Him and Nagisa, because Nagisa can bounce that ass. But when it comes to Alois, in this form, this fooled the hell out of me. And I was still pissed about this. But definitely, Alois is still a male. He is still a boy. Even though he fooled CL, he fooled my ass. That pretty much just kind of is the definition of a trap. Where you just fool somebody, honestly. Or you just unknowingly didn't know that they were a male or a female or whoever, honestly. That's essentially what we got here. Alois is a boy and will always be that way. Same thing with reverse traps. Naoto Shirogane. Naoto was honestly looking like a male in the beginning of things if you didn't know Persona 4. But later revealed as a female, and even though it was implied that she wanted to transition because she wanted to be like a male police officer and detective and stuff and actually be recognized for her efforts and taken seriously, she still challenged the status quo by staying in her female body because that's how she needs to face the world for herself, and that's what she's comfortable doing. So honestly, even though she might have been a reverse trap, she is still a female nonetheless, born and raised. That's literally how she was. And one of my favorite traps of all time in anime, Gasper. Mans is literally the most goated homie in the entirety of DxD, of the male cast. I don't want to hear it, but definitely had a bit of that female look to him. Yeah, he might look like a female, definitely sounds like one, and definitely did a lot of female ass shit. Let's not even lie, and definitely I wouldn't mind, giving him the 1-2 buckled of my dick, honestly, for a few minutes a day. But still, nonetheless, Gasper is a male. It is what it is. That's just literally how it is, honestly. They didn't transition, they are just male. That literally is how it is. Blend-S, that's basically the same kind of thing. Is Blend-S that same kind of thing? The Blend-S maid, that is basically a male, because that's just how it is. No matter how cute they are, no matter how pretty and female-like they might be, that's essentially what it is. They are traps. They not saying that they can't be trans characters, but they would specifically say that they are. Because let's be honest, if we had to identify a trap character from a trans character, that shit's gonna get confusing, and ain't no damn way you're gonna figure that shit out on your own without any type of, things telling you that, yeah, well, dialogue itself telling you that, yeah, this is a whole ass, male or female or whatever, that's kind of the whole point, right? So no matter how many times people want to force a character saying that they are transitions, or they have transition, or they're transgender, that's not how that works. They're being stupid and they're smooth brain as hell. But the whole point basically of this video is the first point with Tanya. Is Tanya a trans character? Fudge no. That is not how that works, and that's not how this is. For a transgender person to work, or how it should be, I don't want to honestly hear it, and this is what I firmly believe, and if I piss someone off, it is what it is, honestly, situation. You can only transition or be transgender if you surgically went through the process medically of transitioning. That is the only way I can see that happening. Because if you're saying that you are if you have, like, you're in the body of a guy, right? Let's look at Tanya's situation, basically. He was a salary man at the beginning. Yes, that was confirmed until old boy basically dropped him in the Subway like he was playing Subway, Chasers or whatever the hell that mobile game is. And essentially God came through and was like, yo, I'm gonna have to take you into a different world, but you gotta get isekai by this train first. And then turn into Tanya. The soul of the person that was the salaryman went into Tanya and got reincarnated. Did the soul itself take, the features and the features of, of the male into Tanya? No. Did the dick of the salaryman went with Tanya and now Tanya has a dick? No, she does not. That's not how it works. It's like when you die, you can't take anything with you. So let's even put it into this situation. Even though the male body of Tanya before, the salaryman ended up dying, they can't take the male body or any features of the male body with them. The only thing that's going is the soul. And the soul doesn't have a gender, honestly. It's genderless. It's the most genderless thing of all genderless things. And when it goes into Tanya, a new body, a new female body born and raised, essentially it's just the soul. Yes, that might have came from a guy, but it's still in that pure female body. That's literally what it is. There ain't no possible way of explaining that in a different way. There ain't no possible way, honestly. Just because, the soul might have came from a male's body, that doesn't necessarily mean that it still is a male soul and all that type of stuff, right? Once you basically move over into like that new body, it is what it is at that point. You're locked in. That's essentially how it goes in that situation of that show. Granted, I don't believe in reincarnation or anything like that, honestly, when it comes to that specific type of way. But definitely when it comes down to things, if someone dies, or at least if a character dies and they go into another body, that's literally how it is. They're just that person now. They're that female now. If Tanya were to lose her memories and not remember that they were a salaryman in a different world, they wouldn't even know. We wouldn't, and hell, if we didn't even know that, we wouldn't even know that, that would be the case, honestly. We wouldn't even consider her to be that way. We would just think her as a regular ass female character, and that's it. So honestly, do I think Tanya is trans? No. They just basically said something, and that's the point. They just said something without really thinking about what they're saying. That's just not how that works, honestly. All I'm saying is the soul is genderless, and when it comes down to everything, because you can't take the body with you, the body of the male with you, and anything like that, and physically your soul is not attached to your body in that sort of way, Tanya is a full-blown woman. That's just how it is, honestly. So that's hopefully gotten someone, thinking, honestly, and I want to honestly hear this more of a dialogue too, so hopefully you did enjoy. If you did, be sure to like, share, subscribe. Tell me in the comments, what do you think, honestly, but keep it civil, don't be crazy. And yeah, honestly, buy some merch too, that's the thing as well. And until then, it's your boy Jay, signing off. Have a blessed day.